Hello, everyone. This is Zami Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the director of the Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival. Right now, we're gearing up for our fall 2024 screening, which is going to take place on October 17th at the beautiful historic Clinton Street Theater in Portland, Oregon. It's going to be a day of networking, refreshments, films, and it's going to be on a great street in Portland. So please come on down, take a look. In order to prepare for this, we have been talking with some of our participating filmmakers. Today, we're talking with Haley McCoy, who's the director and writer behind the film The Echo. So, Haley, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I want to shout out, this is really cool that 2 years ago in a 2022 event, you actually submitted The Echo as a screenplay. And that
Mhm.
was an award winner and did great there. And it's so cool to see you coming back now with the film. I mean, so many people make screenplays and they don't know what's ever going to happen with it. Tell me, what
Mhm.
was that process like of having the screenplay and then moving it into actual filmed content?
Yeah, I'm super excited to actually get to do things kind of like full circle. It was really honestly the driving force I needed to be like, oh, people actually like this. This is good. I have something that is of value, which
Okay.
um, for me, who has a lot of anxiety about like, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of pressure to make something that you wrote come to life. But it gave me the push I needed to actually put my foot down and say, okay, we can do this. Just gotta get down to it and put it pen to paper,
Totally.
actors to screen, all of it.
I love it, and well, what's so cool about it is that the concept is super simple. It's one
Mhm.
location, it's few characters, but there's a lot of quality in there that ends up for a movie that I felt was actually genuinely scary, genuinely creepy. It is, I mean, it's well written and it's well filmed. So tell me about that. First off, where did you find your actors, and what was it like working with these actors?
Yeah, I got super lucky. Both of them are amazing actors. Sammy Rios is actually someone I've worked with before in the past and is also partners with my cinematographer. So it's kind
Okay.
of easy to get a hold of her and be like, can you please be a part of this? And she was in recently in another short film with Aphomia, which is one of her actual best friend. Like they have known each other and they can play off of each other so well. They're both phenomenal actors, and just the chemistry they already had as best friends, I knew it was exactly what I needed to pull off the dynamic the two characters in Echo have.
I love that. Yeah, it's really excellent. The chemistry is great, and the way that the tension builds is really effective. I think through their natural relationship, and I really thought the cinematography was incredible, and the way that they captured some of these facial expressions and stuff like that, and of course the gorgeous view of the mountain.
Yes.
What was it like going out there and filming? Were you fairly remote, or where did you go to do this?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's actually my family owned property out in Beaver Creek that was
Okay.
half forest, half like a hayfield. And so my dad was kind enough and should treat like smart enough to actually build us a stage to be
Oh
our
wow.
fake cliff. We just used the environment around us to make the floor look like it, added rocks, tied them down so that they were secured to it. The view itself, that's the only part that was not filmed on the property. Everything else was filmed either in the woods or on our tree line of the property. And that was filmed at Larch Mountain, which is a gorgeous viewpoint in Oregon where you can see actually every single mountain range
Oh
from the
wow.
top. It's beautiful and actually really easy to access with a camera, so it was perfect.
That's awesome. Well, I love hearing the movie magic. I wasn't sure if that cliff was just like a small ledge that you guys found, but the fact that it's a real stage, that's so cool. And your production design is great on that. I mean, it looks totally natural. Um,
Thanks.
well, and let's talk about the sound design, which is kind of the key feature of this film. It's done so well. I feel like the
Mhm.
echo is so convincing, and then just the way that the energy of that ramps up. That's so cool. What was that process like?
Oh, that was so fun. Rob Martinez, which was the cinematographer, also did the composing, which
Okay.
was phenomenal. I just let him do what he wants. I was like, make it a little spooky, make it a little ambient. He's like, I already have it. You don't need to worry. And what's really amazing about it is Sammy's voice is actually what you hear in the if you listen closely in the music. Like she whispers, she's like her voice is everywhere in it. She
Oh,
also
that's
plays
so
the
cool.
cello in it, and so Sammy's voice is literally always within like range of being spooky. Something's off, and it's phenomenal. The sound mixer Troy, he did phenomenal as well. I had only 2 notes about the echoes, and he's like, I got it. He
That's
just
awesome.
got the timing down perfectly. We to be fair, we did figure out when we were filming. We had our first AD, Maria Marino, who was phenomenal. She played the echo.
Oh, nice.
So
Just good timing.
all of our recordings, we hear them acting, yelling "hello," and then like 3 seconds later, down the way, we just hear Maria go back "hello." It's really great.
I love that. It's cool to hear about, yeah, those that's little stuff behind the scenes that we wouldn't necessarily know. Yeah, you actually have to have someone there to time it out and get the
Mhm.
performances natural. And I love the fact that you incorporated that voice in the music, and that's something that a viewer might not consciously be aware of. But I feel like those little details and that little nuance actually builds the glue and makes something that
Mhm.
is very
Yeah.
effective and effectively scary.
Yes.
Um, well, tell me, what did you learn from this process? I mean, this is such a professional movie. And it's also an interesting example of you taking a screenplay that has already been
Mhm.
looked at and judged, and then turning that into a script. Were there difficulties with that? Were there changes? What did you learn from this?
I learned I learned so much. This was the first thing I ever actually kind of produced and like tried to
Okay.
create. So I learned so much about talking to actors and like changing the script slightly to fit them better. They were phenomenal. I didn't have to do much at all. I just let them have free range to make the characters their own. But still, like making schedules, making sure everyone was there at the right time, making sure lunch was on time, all the little things that keep the machine running smoothly. Like I had
Right.
to actually think about and make sure it all came together. And that was enough stress in itself, let alone actually watching it be created and give notes on it.
Totally.
Um,
I mean, it's such an important
yeah.
part too.
Mhm.
Don't deprive people of their food. They're not happy with that one.
No, I knew that from the start. Food had no budget.
Right.
We just had it.
You just have it. That's
Yes.
great. Well, tell me, what are you working on next? Do you have any other shorts in mind? Any other scripts?
Ugh, I'm a fiddler. I have so many ones. One I'm really excited about is actually it's not horror. It's a new genre I'm trying, a little comedy, a little satire.
Okay.
But it's about a group of film members who are trying so hard to get money for their film, try to get grants, and they just start coming up with nothing. But they're filming a heist movie. So they decide to film an actual bank robbery to get the money for the rest of the film while they're actually robbing a real bank.
I love that.
um, and it's just full of only comedy and jokes that film people will enjoy, but I am having a blast.
That's awesome. I love that concept. They're sort of blurring the lines of reality and fiction. They start to film the heist, and that
No,
sounds great.
yeah.
So what's your step in that? Are you just working on script? Have you actually moved into maybe thinking about casting?
Oh, it's still in just script writing.
Okay.
I'm taking my time to get all the nuances because it is like almost like a live stream because you want it to be real life through the camera, but then
Okay,
also
right.
you're like, oh, you take a step back and you like they edited some pieces, you break the magic wall, and so
Totally.
I'm taking my time and figuring out that and all the characters.
That sounds like a really exciting project. I mean, that sounds very cool, and I think given the quality that we can see from Echo, I mean, it's in great hands.
Thank
I'm
you.
very excited to see that progress. Um, is there anything else you'd like to add about Echo?
um, I am just so amazed and excited that it is in festivals now and people get to see and enjoy it. I put so much love and effort into it, and so did everyone else who worked on it. And it's a dream come true to see other people get to appreciate it. And I really hope that they like it as much as I do.
Well, I think it's going to do very well on October 17th at the Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival. I mean, it's well timed, it's creepy, it's a great Oregon movie, and I think people are also going to be really inspired to know that you were a screenplay submitter and
Mhm.
actually developed this into a script. I think that's or into a film. I think that's really important part because we see so many screenplays, so many great screenplays, and we never know what
Mhm.
exactly is going to happen with that. But Haley, thank you so much for talking with me. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next from you and playing this in a few weeks.
Thanks. I appreciate it.